How's everybody doing today? It's pretty cold. I've got my buddy coming up here, waiting on him to get dressed. I'll wait for some people to get in here. Let me know the notifications went out. I got one person in here. Say hello. 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 There we go. Hey, Cha Cha and Mavis and a lot's going on. I'll explain. I got my buddy coming up here. I'm waiting for him to come in. I'm waiting for people. Did y'all get the notification? I've got a lot to explain on what's happening. There we go. How do I get him in here? Hold on. There we go.
What up?
Hey, buddy. What's up?
Going up? I had
Did
to
you
put
move
some
into the
clothes on
church?
real fast.
No, you should have came up in the road, bro. No, I didn't get the church. Myra, I didn't get the church. We're still looking for a home. We got 6 people in the house.
You look cold.
Dude, it's freezing here. I'm at the flea market, our last flea market of the year, and it's freaking cold. So, I just, a lot of what I'm feeling, I feel like I kind of owe an explanation to my subscribers. Um, and a lot of them are friends. So, that's what I'll be doing here today. Um, yeah. So how are you doing, bud?
I've been up since like 12:30 last night. Couldn't sleep.
You're up
Got,
early, bro.
yeah, got about 8 cups of coffee running through me.
You got the jitters?
I'm getting that, where your stomach has too much coffee and it's starting to twist a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
So,
yeah. Yeah. Yes, Chacha, is going to be a very cold winter. Definitely where we live. We get them lakefront snows, and it ponders us. We support you no matter what choices you make. Everyone needs a break, but we're here for you. Getting a lot done today. That's good. Um, I'm just gonna say it and we'll go from there. But I won't be gone forever. I just cannot bring you guys content a couple times a week. Um, I found out recently that I will not have my legs. I'll be in a wheelchair in 5 years or less. And emotionally, it just put a damper on me that I don't know if I can come back from. And I want to try to make as much money as I can make in those 5 years. So that's why I'm taking a break on YouTube. I need to focus on eBay, and I'm not being able to focus on eBay. Simple as that. So, um,
got to get your full-time hustle on.
exactly. Just knowing, yeah, I'm gonna try to make as much money as I can.
Got to build up that bankroll.
Right, right. Me and you talked about that. When you start slacking on eBay and Mercari and all that, it starts putting a damper on you. And I focused too hard on YouTube, and um, I didn't. I put my main business to the side, right? So,
And you feel that like right away, I mean, that's why I backed off of YouTube. I used to be like, man, I want to get into YouTube and whatever. And I started spending time with that, less time on eBay, less time listing, and you feel it immediately because your store just goes as soon as your activity goes down. So,
right, right. You feel like, in my personal opinion, when it comes to like YouTube, people think they're gonna make it big real fast. You get what I'm saying?
mhm.
And some channels do, some channels don't. You know, um, simple as that. I'm gonna make as much money as I can. When I do list, it's like immediate money, and you know, same boat here. Now only do it once a month. Yeah, I agree. We are trying. Right, right. And thank you, Ma. Yeah, that's basically what it is. People have said to get somebody to do the lifting for me. That brings a whole different ball game, in my opinion. Um, they get hurt, they can end up wiping a whole business out. So, um,
And if your mobility's in danger in a certain period of time, yeah, you got to focus on, like, if it's your legs, you got to focus on what you can do with your legs now that you can't do later. I mean, if you become mobility impaired, maybe then at that time will be your YouTube time, you know?
yep, yep, exactly. That's what I feel. And if my mobility is down, I can move from storage units down to sourcing, you know, and that's a way of making some kind of income while being in a wheelchair. So,
Well, shit, I'll tell you what, 5 years, you can just be my VA. How about that?
how about that?
Dude,
See, I appreciate everybody that, has taken me under their wing. You, Des, Rebecca, even Maury and Chacha. I've been on Chacha's auction. You know, I may do an auction here and there, but it's not going to be every week like it was. It just, I can't, I don't have the inventory um, that people want to buy to resell. Let's just say that. So
you know?
I
And,
was still,
we talked, and everybody that I see in here is going to totally understand the same thing. You're not going to go and throw stuff up at an auction to sell it cheap for other people to make the money that you could make if you just listed it directly yourself.
right. Agreed.
It's not that type of inventory you got.
Yeah, like right now with that $1,800 storage unit, I've spent most of it is tools, most of it is hunting and fishing. It's not something that people look to buy to resell. It takes a certain person or hire someone to do the loading, unloading, and relist. What scares me, and I can ask you about this, Chacha. What scares me about that is workman's comp. Say they go and they lift something, right? At least, hey, you've got collectors. That's what I don't have.
Right.
I have more resellers, and I've always tried to find somebody that just collects. And it's hard on YouTube.
Yeah, you got to market to a totally different audience outside of the reseller community to get them type of people.
Right, right. And I mean, Chacha has that though. I did very well on Chacha's auction. Um, that's just something as a new channel, you're gonna more be towards the reseller community because those people already know you, you
Right.
know. So I just felt like I shouldn't have. to make an explanation, Tommy, but I do. All these people that are here and have been here for me, I feel that they should know what's going on. You get what I'm saying? Um,
Yeah,
who
you.
knows? Who knows? It may be more than 5 years. You know, um,
Well, what you
it's
do,
very
what you do
unlikely,
is
but
you plan for the worst and hope for the best. That way, if you're looking at 5 years and say it turns out to be 8, 10, shoot, then you're not
you
let
only
down.
celebrate it. You only
Yeah,
celebrate it. You know, um, that's the good way of looking at it. I just celebrate the time that I have, and honestly, I'll learn from you. You source, and in that time of me listing and stuff like that, you can show me how to do it where I can. Even when it look, even when it comes to a house, Tommy, we have to look for a one story. Okay,
right, right.
um, that's one thing that we're having problems with. We got to make sure that I can get around in a house, let alone um, yeah. But back to you and me learning. The only way I know how to source is storage units, where some people know how to go to garage sales, flea markets, and stuff like that. And it's
Right.
something I can be taught.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah. See,
Elise.
like I don't know how to. I mean, I talked to some storage unit people. I've talked with you. I've talked like with Rebecca. I've talked with Grimes Fines, Justin.
Right.
That buy storage units, and my idea on how I would purchase it seems totally different than y'all's idea, and each one of you have a different idea. Like when they're talking to Rebecca or talking to Justin or how you look at it and how you decide what you're going to pay. You all have a different method for that.
Yes.
And me, it's like, dang, my method ain't none of those, so I don't know if I'd be any good at it.
Hey, see the simple thing about storage units is you need to have the space. Um, one thing that I've told like Larry, I've told him, a lot of people they try to get into the game of the storage units, but they get it and they don't know where to put the stuff. You
Yeah,
know, it's a lot of stuff, and I mean, it's very profitable, but at the same time, if you get crap units, which I've gotten too, um, you're out of money.
yeah.
You
See,
know,
I'm not a gambler, so I don't think I'd actually ever win storage units because I'd never pay more for a unit than what I can physically see in value. I wouldn't do like with Rebecca. I talked to her, and we were looking at units together, and I said, "Well, what would you pay for that unit?" And she gave me a dollar amount, and I'm like, "Oh, not me, because I only can physically see this much, and I don't know if the rest of it's garbage."
right?
So I'd never gamble on what could be in those boxes.
See, what I usually do, and I actually talked to Grimes Spines about this. Well, with the Hales too, also. You can go by box, right? You're gonna put $10 or $20 on each box, and that's usually what I do is count how many boxes I physically can see with my eyes. You
Mm,
know, um, and I usually put $10. I'm gonna get $10 out of each box, but that still has led me into trouble where the unit has been staged,
mm,
and when you get those items home, none of them work. So, I mean, that method usually doesn't work. I've asked Rebecca the same thing. What would you spend on this unit?
mm.
You know, um, her prices are a little bit higher than mine, but
Yeah, I
hey,
was gonna say
I
because we
mean,
looked at a unit. I remember looking at a unit one time, and we were talking. I asked her, I was like, "What would you pay for that unit?" She says, "Probably like 6, 7." And I was sitting there thinking I was like in a $250, $300 range.
yeah, they've gone also with storage units. I've noticed This year they have gone up very high. Somebody just asked me if something's available. Um, Storage units have gone up high. Where I used to be able to get units for like $50, $100.
Yeah.
Now they're people are going crazy on them. And see,
I think a lot of that has to do with just the state that we're in now, as far as the pandemic and everything,
yeah,
with a lot of thrift stores being shut down for periods of time. And like even in our area, they're still limiting on like how much you can donate. So they don't have as much inventory and they're not going through it. Like our store only lets so many people in, only so many people can be in there at a time. So
yeah,
I think people are going to the storage units route to source, where they used to have, we had nowhere near the rummage sales this year we usually do. So people need
right,
their inventory to keep their businesses going. So that's why I think the storage units are getting flooded. And I also, they're blaming like the liquidation prices are going up too, and they're
yeah.
blaming it on the extreme unboxing show. But I think a lot of that has to do with the pandemic too, because you can go online and source the liquidation. You can go online and source your storage units.
So my question is, when it comes to storage units and the way you buy them, would you actually show the way you buy them? Show
Like
the site.
what do you mean? Like go live and show like
Show
this?
what site you're buying it from, stuff like that. The only reason I say this is I've kind of tried to keep that off of my channel where I actually buy them because of the hype of even Storage Wars. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So
I mean, with me, I would probably share for a couple of reasons. I'm a small channel. I don't have a ton of resellers to compete with here in Wisconsin. There's only a handful that I'm aware of.
right,
So I wouldn't worry about like really creating competition for myself. But if I was like, say, I was living down still in Milwaukee, where there's a ton of resellers, I probably wouldn't share it because I'd be competing.
yeah, take away your honey hole. I see what Chacha says about she was given a free estate sale from a guy who did storage units in Illinois. I'll never do them again. Hey
That
man,
that's why I don't really want to get into them. I mean, as far as space, I could have the space. I just don't want to deal with all the stuff that's not online sale worthy. You know,
right.
I
And
don't
see,
want
that's the thing is, people also got to think. With me, I can burn a lot of stuff.
to. Yep.
There are some people that are like in the city, they have to pay to get rid of the trash. And that's only one more thing that you have to think about for certain people, you know?
Yep.
And that's what I kind of tried to teach Larry a little bit of, it's not as simple as you think it is. I mean, for the lifting part of moving the furniture and stuff like that is what takes a toll on me. And that shit was free and sorted. Holy crap. That's a lot of stuff, though. Did you make good money on that, Cha Cha? See, there's a lot of money when it comes to storage units.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Like I say, I've given it thought, but there's so much that turns me off. Like you just said, the loading and the lifting. I got arthritis and stuff too, so a lot of that would take a toll on me. Yeah, I could probably find some young muscle around to do it for me, but then that starts cutting into your profits,
Yeah.
you know. And unless you're paying into like your workman's comp insurance and you got the insurance to cover you, you are taking a risk. I'm just a proprietor.
Right.
I don't have the big commercial insurance or anything to cover somebody if they get hurt. So
Right.
it's
It
like,
would take my business out completely, to be honest with you.
you know, and then yeah, I'm in the same situation as far as getting rid of the junk. We can burn a lot of stuff. I got scrap metal guys that would come pick up any like metal or junk electronics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
See, I keep that stuff, to be honest with you. I have a guy that's a gold refiner.
mhm,
So all I have to do is chip off. I take an air chisel and I go across the board, knock off all the resistors and stuff. He takes the whole board where the pins are sticking up and he puts it in a solution and
right.
he actually melts it into bars. So you can either he takes like 10% of it, which is not a big deal. Still
Mhm.
making money on it. I got 18 metal shelves, the good ones. Oh crap, that's good. But yeah, I see that's another thing is you got to kind of have an avenue to get rid of this stuff. Like the stuff that's not worth posting online, you got to take it to a flea market, like I am right now.
Right.
But
And
us
see that,
northern states,
and
go ahead.
that's what I don't want to do. We had our flea market booth 3 years, and it was actually simple. It was better than like what you have to go through. We started out with the packing up and going out every weekend, unloading. Then at the end of the day, loading up, and then we go back on Sunday, unload again, and then I'd come home with my trailer, and I'd have to unload my trailer because I needed my trailer during the week to again on Saturday or Friday night load it back up to go to flea market. So we ended up getting a permanent booth there for the weekends where we basically rolled up our door,
Yep, yep.
brought it
They have
out.
them here in
But
Andover.
I didn't want to deal with all that nickel and dime crap. So we ended up giving it up. So I would have to have somebody that I could say, hey, I got a load of flea market stuff, buy it all, take it all, because I
Yeah,
don't want to deal with it.
that's another thing in this business when it comes to storage units. And morning, Lisa. Um, that's the thing about storage units is sometimes you have to have subcontractors or somebody that buys furniture, that buys this, buys that, so you can unload that quickly. I used to have I used to have a lady, I told you about this, a lady that would buy my furniture.
Mm-hmm.
She would, she had a little store in Erie. She refinished it, wanted me to keep it in my barn until she came and found somebody to buy it. She would finish it up for them and sell it. Don't know where she went, but that's kind of the stuff that you need to make sure that you have because even with my barn, Tommy, I have no place to put this crap.
Well, see,
I
we're
don't.
we're we're lucky. Like here, first I want to say good morning to Lisa C.
Yeah.
That's
Hi,
Lisa
Lisa.
C. But like with furniture and stuff around here, furniture sells really good because of where we're at. People actually have to travel or pay a high delivery fee to get furniture delivered to our area.
Right.
So furniture goes really well in our area. But if not, we also have a local auction house about 30 miles away
What
that
does that cost to unload stuff?
at the auction house,
Yeah.
the
10%.
basically they take, I mean, they have a scale, but on average, they take about 30%.
Oh,
Yeah.
crap.
But you drop a trailer loaded of stuff off
Right.
and you pick up a check the day after the auction.
Okay. We have those. Well, we had one local one, but it went out of business. But we have other ones that's just further out. But Lisa does make a good point. The mattresses are what turns me off on storage units. Seems like all I look at have one. And yes, they turned me off too. Um, there again, I can burn them and take the scrap metal out of them because they do have wire scrap metal, but they turn me off too because that's a lot of hauling. It's
And
a
it
lot of
definitely
hauling.
takes up a lot of space on a trailer or in a truck, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lisa says when people complain about eBay fees. Yeah, I know. I don't never complain about eBay fees. I can't sell on a platform and market the traffic that eBay is going to market for less than what they're charging me. So
Yeah, and here's the thing, Lisa. Here's another thing with my auction that I was doing. I made a point. I showed Tommy a knife. Okay, yesterday. It's a Copenhagen knife. Sells on eBay for $44. You go over to my auction. I'd be lucky to get five. Okay, so you buy it for five, then you have to pay the shipping to your house, right? So you've got it's probably first class mail, but you still got $10 in it
yeah,
to make it. Where I could put it on eBay, and yes, they're going to take the 10% or whatever they take, but I can triple my money off that product, and that's what I want to do. To be honest with you, is just triple as much money as I can right now.
right. Well, instead of selling that knife for $5, you put on eBay, you sell it at 40. Even after your first class shipping, your packing supplies, and your fees, you're still probably going to make $30.
Right, right, right. So I just it's nothing against anybody that's been, loyal to me.
You need to
I
get
don't
that money. That's all it is you
simple.
you need to make as much as you can. So you got to
Right,
sell it on the platforms that are going to do that for you.
right, exactly.
You
And
can't feel bad about it because there ain't one person in this chat that isn't going to try to maximize the amount of monies that profits they can make.
yeah,
That's the name of the game. That's why we do what we do.
and like I told you, because I was so consumed with YouTube, I hadn't posted anything in over a month.
Yep.
Okay. Because it's like my brain after I got into the YouTube hype, it's like that's all I could focus on. Editing videos, trying to, make a video twice a week because people want consistency, but I could never make those videos two times a week, you know?
And I know if you ain't listed on eBay in over a month, your store probably basically fell off.
Oh, yeah. And what I sold on the YouTube auctions, I, I didn't really remember what I sold because I usually just pick it out when I'm about to sell it on YouTube.
Mhm.
So I forget what I sold. So I literally the other day had to go through my my eBay and my Mercari and all that, and take out things that I knew I sold. You
Oh,
get what I'm saying about
forgot
that?
you forgot to remove them from your
And
platform.
people have been buying them, and I can't find them. You know.
Yeah, and you don't want to have too many of those cancellations on eBay.
Yep, I agree. So I went through my store. I literally have like 150 products. So it's time for me to get back onto the game. It's winter time and just
Yeah,
go through it.
yep, yep.
So, but anyways, I don't know. I felt that I owed everybody an explanation. I will be around. I will be in chat. Um, I will try to make it on auctions once everything calms down. Um, doctor wise, tomorrow I have surgery, so yeah,
Hey,
that should be fun.
and I'm going to tell you something about them saying you got like 5 years and you won't be able to walk. I was supposed to have surgery when I was a younger child, and they said because I was born with inverted legs, cleft foot, and all of that, and I wore braces till I was like 7 years old. And
Holy crap.
he told my parents that if I didn't have surgery, I wouldn't be able to walk by the time I was like 24.
Holy crap, dude.
Well, I've never had that surgery. I'm still walking.
Right. Right. And just like I said,
And
hey,
I'm
Jen.
48, so that's a long time.
Right. So do you still have lingering problems with that?
I do. I do. I have quite a few issues with my legs that act up really bad sometimes. Like Jaslyn was doing a live the other day, and I was coming down the basement steps, and I like fell through the basement door because my leg just kind of didn't want to work right at the time.
Holy shit, Tommy.
But I
It
don't
happens.
walk funny or nothing.
Yeah.
I mean my shins are kind of odd shaped. It's like almost like I'm bow legged from the knee down, not the whole.
Okay.
It's kind of weird,
Yeah.
which puts a lot of stress on my ankles and my knee, which then also puts a lot of
You're
stress
back.
on my hips and my back, and create a lot of arthritic problems down there.
Hi, Jen.
So I do have problems. A lot of it is worse in like colder weather. I hate winters too. I bundle up,
Yes.
I
Look, I woke up.
hibernate.
I also got bad knees, and where it is, it's very rare. It's, where your tibia and your fibia meet right behind your knee.
Hmm.
My osteoarthritis, severe osteoarthritis, is right in the back of my knee where that those bones meet. I've had it since I was 17. I've had multiple surgeries on my knees. So, but that's not the problem. The problem is I have this disease and I want it known. Because not a lot of people know what it is. It's called ankylosing spondylosis. Basically, do you know if you were in a car accident and they fuse people's spines if they have like a back injury?
Hmm.
My body naturally does that.
Yeah,
It naturally fuses.
my first three vertebrae on my back are bone fused, and the fourth one starting.
That, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't. So, Lisa C said it right there. Mel, the most important thing is you do what makes you happy and what's best for your health.
yep.
And
And then
her neck is fused, so she has.
Lisa's,
Yep.
yeah, mine's starting to become that. Mine, the dangerous part of my disease is it's starting to go up into my cervical spine, the middle of it. And what it'll do with my disease is it will fuse your spinal cord to your ribs.
Oh,
It'll start
what happened to your sound? Your sound is all far away and tinny.
probably because his phone
Oh, yeah,
still.
yeah.
Yep, so time to get off. It does that after a while, but
I wonder why it does that, because it did that yesterday when we were talking, but it only did it for like 2-3 minutes and then it popped back normal.
yeah, it does that. All right, I'm definitely gonna have to get off here, but I'm gonna call you guys when we get off of here and
All
chit
right.
chat a little bit longer.
Yep.
I
That's just,
appreciate y'all if y'all can hear me.
yeah, we can hear you. You just sound funny.
Yeah. Um,
So
everything will be all right.
Dave's digs was like, "Hey peeps," he was just listening while working. Destiny just jumped in. She's still trying to wake up. And JRKR says she will pray whenever I think of it for you. Prayers really help.
Thank you, JRKR. I appreciate y'all. I will be back. I just gotta take some time for a while.
Like I said yesterday, you got to do you.
Yep, 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 yep.
It looks like
All
you
right.
need to get in that vehicle and turn some heat on, man. You look cold. You're making me cold.
I'm from the South. I'm from the South. I ain't used to this. Oh,
I'm from Wisconsin, and I still ain't used to it.
I hate it. Used to live in Vegas. I mean, in Nevada. This place is warm.
I lived out in Vegas. I loved it. It was so much nicer than here.
Thank
But
you, everybody. Sorry I missed the start in my person. Thank you. I appreciate you all. I really do. Oh my gosh, it's cold. My dad just sold the settling tanks.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's out there getting his hustle on.
Right. All right. I'm gonna get off of here. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. Please don't unsubscribe. I will be back, but I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna call you guys. Call you, Tommy.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Appreciate
Catch y'all. Everybody have a great day. Peace out.
Take care.
Oh, now your sound came back. See?
It's this phone. It does that. It's just crappy.
Oh, went away again.
I appreciate everybody. Bye.
Bye.